Hi everyone, guys. It is Pask here, and this is the first episode of the Fingerboarding podcast. I thought about starting a podcast series on the channel since I believe that there is no such thing in the fingerboarding community, and I believe this could be a very interesting thing for the community to get more informations and to I believe that a more informed community means a community that not only knows better the object of the interest, which is in this case the fingerboarding itself, but it is a community that could allow a better growth of the whole discipline, which is fingerboarding. So I think this could be a cool idea to share opinions and to communicate between me and you, but among the overall community, among all of you, all of us. So the topic of today I wanted to discuss about is the process of learning in fingerboarding, whether we talk about the basics or we talk about generally learning. So talking about how do we learn a new trick and what are the main points that are, in my opinion, important when we talk about learning in fingerboarding. So going with order, I think the first one is the ability of pressure calibration. What do I mean by that? I believe that when you start fingerboarding, the best thing you can do is focus on the really easiest things, because they will allow you later on in the process, they will allow you to learn all the tricks that you need to learn in your progression with fingerboarding in an easier manner. And what do I mean by this? I think that, for example, a thing like a manual, generally you need a tutorial if you want to learn a manual on skateboard, but in fingerboard it looks like something very stupid, right? Like you just have to put pressure on the back of your deck or on the front of your deck, according to the fact that you decide of doing a manual or a nose manual. But yes, it might seem stupid, and it is actually a very simple and easy trick to perform, of course, if we want to call it trick. But I think that, for example, through manual, we learn the basic of pressure calibration, and I think that this can be very important when we start with fingerboarding, because it's a lot about pressure calibration. It's not the same thing of skateboarding. On skate you use your legs and your whole body, so you gotta get used to the pressure calibration as well. But in this case we're talking about index finger and middle finger, right? So things like manuals or power slides as well, they let you understand where do you need to apply the pressure. And actually, so I think this is the crucial part in the beginning of fingerboarding, and I discuss a lot about this topic in my new ebook that I'm preparing for beginners. It is basically a manual, a fingerboarding manual for beginners, and I'm writing it because I noticed that there is no such thing for fingerboarding. We all use video tutorial and stuff like that. Some say this, some say that. I try to collect all of my knowledge and experience accumulated over the past 10 years into fingerboarding, and so I kind of worked on something that could be a complete product for a beginner that gets into fingerboarding and wants to start in the best way possible. It's just the best way, in my opinion, that you can approach a discipline. Meaning that, for example, if you start tennis, the first thing you do, you get into a tennis school at least, or you buy some books about tennis to learn the things. If you want to start, I don't know, fishing, same thing, you buy books. If you want to start photography, you buy books. And of course, you practice. That remain the most important thing. Of course, practice. That's just as cliche as it may sound, it's just a simple truth of every discipline. So, but beside that, keep in mind this thing of the manual. Probably in the next weeks, I'll be releasing it. It's gonna be something very, very well done. I'm putting in the hours, so I want to create a product that has never done before, and I think this could help the whole community to approach fingerboarding in a more, let's say, serious manner, meaning that this is kind of sometimes seen as still as, you know, as just guys playing with toys, but it is actually not so, and everybody that is in it knows it quite good. So moving to the second point is, of course, muscle memory. So basically it's just the concept of when you learn, you want to just train that exact movement. And the point of muscle memory is that it practice is good, but it's not just enough, because if you practice wrong, well, you will develop a muscle memory, but the wrong one. So it is important to know the exact movements to do before training your muscle memory. Otherwise, we are just training to fail, to do something wrong, to do a wrong movement, especially for very hard tricks such as, I don't know, an impossible or an ollie inward heel flip or stuff like that. And last point I want to discuss about today is the right setup. So I'll never say enough about this. I think that the setup is very important when you do fingerboarding. Many say, you know, just get used to what you utilize. Yeah, that might be true, but what if we can do this better? What if we can approach this better? So the thing of the setup is, I've done a video for beginners where I explain what I believe the right setup for beginner is. You can go check it on my channel. But what if you're not a beginner? Well, you gotta know over time. Your mission should be to know what fits you better, because I might go great with, I don't know, double bearing wheels, small size, while for you single bearing mega core will be better, or just cores from, for example, the type of course that Rolling Fingers is doing right now, for some other might work better. So knowing what is best for you. And another important thing is buying your wheels, thinking about your the surface on which you do fingerboarding. So all these aspects, I mean, these are quite the basic staples of learning a new tricks in fingerboarding. And that's just it for today. I hope you enjoyed this very brief podcast episode, and let me know if you like this kind of series or some topics you would like me to talk about, and let me know everything in the comment. Thanks for listening to me. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button, and thanks again. I'll see you in the next episode.